Welcome to the show, Hear Me Youth Connect. This is where we talk about the issues of the heart, talking to you as a young person and asking ourselves, how can we become better youth? Hizi ni vitu gani ambazo vijana baadhi siku hizi wana make pesa lakini unashangaa hii pesa kweli is it genuine?
One unique thing about humans,
Yes,
is that the energy and the power that we might use to do the good thing is the same energy one can use to do evil. One thing you have to do is to build resilience, internal. Any person in life who waits to be validated by the world
yes,
will never succeed. Because the power to succeed is never outside.
Yes.
The power to succeed is always inside you.
My name is Paul Wangali, a counseling psychologist, a passionate mentor, and an author. I want to welcome you to this session where we are going to have a great, amazing show lined up for you. Today, I'm hosting one of the best. This friend of mine is an amazing young man, has a great potential. He's a leader. He is much more than you can imagine. And today, I want to sit down, relax, and come with me as we get to learn about the issues affecting the young people and how we can become better people and better youth, and how we can be able to discover the potential that is within us. With me today, I have one and only Mr. Maina Kamunya. Kiongozi.
Yeah.
Karibu sana.
Asante.
And welcome to the show.
Thank you very
I'm
much.
so humbled to have you here today. I know you're a man who is very busy.
Sure.
And your schedule is ever tight. Meeting after meeting, dealing with the young people and trying to think about how can we uplift the lives of the young people.
Sure.
So anashukuru sana na karibu sana. Today I want us to speak to the young people.
Yeah.
I want you to introduce yourself and then we can be able to proceed.
Thank you very much, Mr. Paul. It's a pleasure to meet you after a long time. My name is Maina Kamunya. I'm a lawyer by profession. I'm also a leadership and governance expert, and a very passionate young person, very ambitious, because I know that in this world we are living in today, everybody has his space. Just make sure that as you grow and as you continue to journey in life, make sure that you continue creating your space, expanding it, day by day, expand your territory day by day until you get there. Because as we say, we normally say in life, you may fail, but giving up is unforgivable. So you try once, you fail, don't give up. Try the second time, you fail, don't give up. The third time, you'll be the one we shall be celebrating as a victor. So thank you very much, and I welcome our viewers.
Wow. Welcome, Mr. Maina. You know, I'm so super excited to have you today. And as I always tell you, my viewers, is that in this show, I bring you cream de cream, the best in the industry, to leave you inspired, motivated, and empowered to become a better person in your area of endeavor. There's something, Joshua, you have mentioned very important, because what is happening today, so many young people today are giving up. Wanajaribu kitu, wakijaribu mara mbili, mara tatu wanaanguka, inaisha, wana give up, they want to try something else. But you have said that you may try and you may fail. You know, there's no problem with that. But giving up is unforgivable. And I love that. You umenifurahisha. Because as I want us, Joshua, to talk about the young people and the challenges young people are facing today. One of those issues is lack of resilience. Napata msee akona vision kubwa, akona maono, lakini as they progress, as they start, and they fail in one way or the other, wanazidi, wana give up, wanapotea, and they want to start something else. So napata msee ameanza biashara kama 5 within in a span of 6 months, because ameona haifanyi. So Joshua, I know you are an expert. You know when it comes, and I know your area as a lawyer is on governance and the issues to do with the politics. However, I know you are also a leader in the domain of young people. I want us to, Joshua, to tuambie leo, what are these challenges that young people are facing today?
I think, as you have said,
Yes.
One of the things that we must avoid as a generation, either Gen Z or the millennials and all of us, because the challenges are not, they do not discriminate based on gender.
Yes.
They happen to all of us.
Yes.
So one thing you must always avoid is that concept of giving up. I think the moment you start to journey in life, that's the more you come to realize the challenges will be always there in life.
Yes.
But one thing you have to do is to build resilience, internal. Any person in life who waits to be validated by the world
Yes.
will never succeed. Because the power to succeed is never outside.
Yes.
The power to succeed is always inside you. So the way you build your resilience, first of all, for instance, you are doing business, or you are in the world of maybe politics, governance, law, a law profession like me, or the way
Yes.
you are doing, what you must do, and I normally give this as an advice for the young people.
Yes.
Take your time, study the path of life the path of life that you want to pursue. If you want to pursue politics, study the person that you want to follow their footsteps.
Look for a model.
Look for a
role
model. If you want to become a preacher, study in the Bible the kind of preacher you want to be. If you want to be a business person,
Yes.
take a sample of a business person who you want to follow their footsteps.
Yes.
One of the things that I can promise you that will happen, you will realize before they lived that glorious life that you admire,
yes.
those guys fought thousands and thousands of battles, but they won.
They failed and failed over over.
They failed, but the difference between them and maybe their peers at that time is that anytime they would fail, they would retreat, take it as a lesson, and get wisdom. Where did I fail? Because a very big concept of life that most people do not understand. Any area of life that you are failing is a sign that you have a deficiency of knowledge regarding that area. So one of the things you need to do is get as much knowledge as you can in that area, and also practically get a model who walked through that journey. Combine the knowledge you've read from the book and the experience of this person, and I guarantee you success. So I think we have a lot of challenges currently in our society, because we don't live in isolation. When the government fails, the government have a part to make sure that you succeed. They have a contribution. When the church fails, the church have a contribution to make sure that you succeed. When family fails, the family have a responsibility to make sure that a child succeeds. So I think if you look at all these sectors, now because they are under a very, very serious threat and attack, because they're not doing as they should be doing, then our young people find themselves victims of circumstances that they know nothing about.
Wow.
You get the point?
Yes.
So and what they need to do, and especially, and thank you and people in your profession, the psychiatrists, the counselors, those who are coming up, because now you have been able to identify a vacuum in our society, and you're trying to come up and build that gap. Before you came in as a profession, our parent did not enjoy that benefit. A family may go broke. My parent, my dad, my mom may disagree, but I can learn to a counselor, to a counseling class. I'll be counseled, and I have a help. That I can be divorced. We can disagree with my wife. I can learn to Paul. I'll ask Paul as a profession. We divorced. I'm having battles in my family. What do I do? And he will help me. Those in the previous generation did not enjoy that benefit. So I think, as much as we are continuing to have challenges in the society, we thank God because He has brought us men who are able to see the gap and they're able to find the solution. Yes.
Wow. That is very important, Mr. Maina. Now, you have said that these young people need a model.
Yes.
They need to subject themselves to someone. They need to be under someone. For them to be mentored, for them to be able to model this person, to become that person. But now we are seeing a challenge whereby, number one, either these people who we are looking up to are so busy, or they don't want to create time to mentor us. Number two, these young people don't want to submit under anyone because they think they know too much. Naona naona mimi ni kama nakuwa mzigo kwa huyo mse, ama huyo mse atanishow nini. You know, so is it what can you tell the young people for them to be able to become a success? It does not just happen from the blue. It is a process, and that process means what? That lazima mse aweze kunyenyekea chini ya mse ndiye aweze kuwa guided, to be mentored, to be what they need to become.
Success is not just does not just happen. Success is a result of A plus B equals to C, the success. So what we need to understand, as a generation, one, we may have a lot of knowledge, but wisdom resides with those people who are older than us.
Yes.
So what we need to do is, okay, we may have the advantage of technology, the access to information, which they didn't have.
Yes.
But remember, the foundations of our society, there are things that you can only learn when you get there. You may not know many things about marriage until you get married.
Yes.
A person who has been married for maybe 10, 15 years have a lot to expect to guide the person who is getting married,
yes,
than a person who have never gotten married. So
yes,
what I need to do, or what we need to do as a society, is to combine what we have and seek wisdom from those who get it. The second point, both of us, those of us that God have given us an opportunity to see the need of mentoring and modeling the generation to come, must take it very serious. One day, let me give you this example. One day I went home in my rural village, and as we are talking with my mom there, a neighbor came, and she said something very intriguing. She said that the children of that locality always say that they want to be like me. And I was curious, why do the children who we normally don't talk frequently want to be like me? And they said, the way I dress and the way I talk like a Mwarim. They thought I was a teacher. You get the point? And that thing, although it didn't mean much to them, to me it meant a lot.
Exactly.
And I came to realize the way I dress, I do not only dress to be smart.
Yes.
I dress because there's a generation watching my steps and what I'm doing.
Yes.
When I talk, I just don't only talk. I talk because I know I'll be careful what I say, because I know there's a generation watching me. When I go to school and when I'm handling a client, I handle them to the best of my knowledge, because I know that client may have a child who maybe want to be like me. So when the mother said, you know what, I was served by a very young wakili. He was very competent. He was very good. Some of the parents even come to our offices with their children. So and you could see when a child comes, find you very decent. You're talking to the mother very politely. Huyo mtoto atakuwa motivated kuwa wakili. You get the point? So what am I trying to say? The world may be wicked, but the few people who are good, who are standing out, who are preparing themselves, and who are aware that society and generation needs them, we must package ourselves very well, and you must make sure that our lifestyles, the way we do things, motivates and inspires the generation behind us.
Wow, wow, amazing. Wow, this is good, right? So what you're learning is that for you to become, you need someone to guide you. You need to be humble. You need to be to be patient, to learn, and also those people who are already there, they need to avail themselves for them to be able to mentor those who are coming. Now, Joshua, Mr. Maina, you have been with so many young people. What are these challenges that you find these young people battling with?
I think one of the biggest challenges, and I wasn't aware until I had very few friends. Within my circles of friends, people I didn't expect to have such difficulties. Is the issue of identity crisis. You find they are confused. They don't know what they really want to do in life. They have not yet discovered their real purpose in life. Two, they are carrying a lot of traumas from family background. You get the point? Three, you find there is a lot of pressure from the society because maybe you are 25 years. Your peers are driving, your peers have been married, your peers are having boyfriend, you don't have a boyfriend yet. Maybe you are in school, you want to focus on school, but when you look at your classmates, all of them have sponsors. So these are real issues.
Unakaka bedsitter na msee anakaa Kilimani two bedroom. Now this guy you came from the same village.
Hata alikuwa yeye alipata C+ alipata A grade. So you get the point. And unapata things don't go well, and finally unapata the harsh economic condition you are living in, we are in Kenya also is frustrating so many people, especially the ambitious. I don't know whether you have ever discovered this one. the most people who you find themselves committing suicide, I don't know whether your statistics have ever revealed that.
Yes.
The most people who you find end up in depression, drugs and something are the most ambitious people.
Yes.
Because this person is so ambitious.
Yes.
This person is so ambitious, but the condition the person is living in is frustrating the dreams of this person.
The ambition in them.
Yeah, so if that person is not taken care of and the issues are not addressed urgently, they'll find a way out. And most of the time, the way out they are very dangerous, they are life-threatening.
Yes.
So when we are saying that we need to make sure that we balance everything and we get a good economic condition for our nations,
yes.
It is not for the sake of politicians. We know there are young people who are ambitious, who need and deserve
yes.
a polite and a conducive environment for them to thrive. Yes.
Now, you have mentioned 4 things, and these things are very critical and very, very weighty. Number 1, umesema kuwa wasee hawajui wanataka kuwa nini
in life,
right?
Yes.
So unapata a young person has dreams lakini hajui how to actualize those dreams. Naona? So kijana anasikiza pale anashindwa sasa mimi what do I do with my life? Where do will I be? You know, nitatokelezea wapi? What these advice can you give them for them to be able to discover who they are? Where do they start?
First of all, for you to discover yourself, I would advocate that you spend time with yourself. Leave the crowd alone.
Yes.
Come back.
Introspective. Go within.
Go within yourself. Take your time. Study your life pattern. Since when you discovered yourself, maybe from class 5, class 6, what is that thing that you did or you are doing which you love so much, and you can do with a lot of ease? You don't need anybody to supervise you. You don't need anybody to tell you to do it. What are your favorite things that you are doing when you are growing up? It will shape you to discovering what you are called to do. Because what you are called to do and what God intended you to do is not outside. It resides within you. So when you spend time with yourself, can I surprise you? Even at my age,
yes.
Every week I have to make sure that I find two hours within a week. I spend my time alone. I introspect myself. I said, am I going in the right direction? Am I still following my dreams? And you'll be surprised within those 2 hours. I have a pen and a book. I will write things. I will say, this thing I have done this week.
Yes.
It should not continue. I cancel it. So because I am not yet where God wanted me to be. So I'm still in the process of growing. So as a young person, as a young reader, my brother, my sister, spend time with yourself. If you find some clues of where you want to be and they are not clear, then find somebody like Paul or me who can now help you to finalize, to tell you this way you intend to go.
You know, when you're saying that, Mr. Maina, I remember last weekend I attended a graduation of a friend of mine. And there's this guy who is a comedian. And right now he's very big. He's very big on comedy. And this guy went to the university, did, I think, procurement, you know, and graduated. But he realized that his interest is comedy. His interest was in comedy. All right? So as much as he has a degree there, he realized that this degree may take longer for it to bring a meal on the table. Yet I have my own talents that I can use. And this guy has been one of the managers in the huge names we have in Kenya on comedy platforms. And he has been managing them, he has been directing them, you know? So this guy is making good money, decent money from the comedy, right? Yet he has his degree. Exactly. So what you're telling us is that someone needs to understand what is my passion, what excites me, what is it that is within me that I can do, and then maximize on it for them to be able to become.
You'll be surprised. That thing that God have called you to do, it drives itself. You don't force it. It just drives itself. I know of a gentleman who went to Kimathi University. Did I think in computer technology, and now he's an adrenal media. So that one tells you that the 4 years I spent Kimathi, it was wasted. You get the point? Kama angejua passion yake ni media, anza na media.
Yes, angekuwa very
ile pesa alitumia pale kufanya IT angetumia kufanya masters. You get the point? So discovering your talent and your call early, it helps you save time. Na pia inakusaidia to fix your life where you deserve to be, because you also need experience. You also need exposure. Na exposure ikikuja because exposure is sometimes is very damaging if you are not solid. So ni vizuri ukijua wewe kore yako ni pasta, kaa chini ya pasta kuongoza barabara. Kama wewe ni wakili kama mimi, kaa chini ya wakili kuongoza barabara. Kama wewe ni unataka kuingia kwa siasa na kama biashara, the same. So ni very important. So I would advocate for young people wherever they are. Make it your habit. Jaribu sana as much as you can to spend time alone, and when you discover that talent, maybe I can give my own case study. I became a class prefect at class 2. Yes. And
yani uongozi umekuwa ndani yako throughout your life.
I was in a public school, Kambara Primary School in Murang'a, Madia constituency, Githuye, I think location now. Do you know, until I transferred and went to a boarding school up to class 7, I was the class teacher for that class from class 2 to class 7. Class prefect. Yes. All those years. Is it that I knew much? No, I was a very young boy. Yes. So when I was in class 7, my dad, because aliona venye nafanya kazi na napenda mpira sana, football, akaona kijana hata soma ataguka KCP, akatransfer akanipeleka boarding. When I went to boarding, the school I went to, it was an academy. That academy did not have scouts. That academy did not have leadership. Haikuwa na school boy na those things. Do you know the moment niliingia January, after 1 month, because of maybe venye nilikuwa na organize shule nini I'm also very punctual when it comes to time. From hata nikiwa mdogo I keep time a lot. So it was proposed kukuwa na leadership na kukuwa na head teacher, kukuwa na head boy. I was very new, wanafunzi wako wananijua, so they voted, I mean nikavutiwa kama head boy. I was just 1 month old to that institution. You get the point? Yes. Nikareta scouts. Then from there, that school I could participate kwa michezo za football, za zones and everything. So I started nikaform a club ya football, tukaenda tukacheza, and for the first time nikaenda the provincial. Wow. You get the point? So it tells you that thing, when it is in you, wherever you go, it drives itself. It will manifest itself. The only thing you need, don't force it. Ukijua iko, then what you need to do is to invest a lot of knowledge. Yes. I'm a musician. How do musicians last in the industry? Exactly. What values do I need to have before they get exposed? What is the biggest downfall for many musicians? Unajua ni nini? Ukijua wewe ni pastor, wewe ni nini hivyo. I'm giving criteria because so that kila mtu anakuwa anajua. Exactly. If you know that your area corruption is the threat, how do I deal with corruption? If you know that your area women are the biggest downfall, how do I deal with women? Because eventually you will deal with them.
Kwanza hapo kwa women on boy child.
How do you deal with women? If you know that greed na selfishness the threat kwa pale, how do I do it? Immorality, ukijua maybe kama ni musician na hizo stories za comedy, if you know that immorality is the biggest threat, how do I deal with immorality? Now you prepare early before you get exposed to things.
Wow. And I remember there's a quote I saw somewhere that many are moving fast. You know, but in the wrong direction. Exactly. So akasema nini, that direction is more important than speed. Exactly. So our young people, our advice today, you know, and your take from this show is that if I take time to find yourself, take time to find your niche, and the moment you understand that, it will become so easy. But if you move very fast in very different things, at the end of the day, you shall become so frustrated. Years are going and you have not achieved anything. Napata msee anasema mimi niko 25 sina kitu, msee mwingine ako 21 ako na kila kitu. Napata msee ako 30 sina kitu. Yet you could still be making good progress if you took time to understand your area. Now, and Mr. Maina, the other thing you mentioned, which is very, very important, is about the governance and the politics and how they affect they affect the opportunities, you know, that these young people are exposed to. You know, is the government doing enough for the young people, for them to be able to manifest the potential within them and for them to become more?
I think from where I see it is very unfortunate. That the government have become the biggest killer of the dreams of the young people, majority of the young people. I don't know whether they know. If you study, because I'm very passionate about leadership and governance.
Yes.
And I trust that the line God is taking me. One day maybe I'll find myself in politics and all those things.
Very soon. From how you're going and your impact you're having on the young people, and especially your area, Pale Juj, and the environment, you are going very far.
Yeah, so
yes.
Amen. And when I started dealing and studying, because before I invest in an area, I normally want to understand what does it entail. What is the God's will about this thing? And I did a lot of study concerning politics and governance.
Yes.
And I will surprise you today and surprise our viewers. If you dig deep and study why God had to allow the system of governance to come to men, is to ensure that He have representative who will ensure that His will prevail to the people. You get the point? You'll be surprised, and I think in the book of Samuel, when Samuel went to anoint Saul to become king, God told him, anoint him king over my people. You get the point? Anoint him king over my people. So when God gives you an opportunity to read in the political field and governance, one of the things that, and it's fortunate because majority of the people we read, they don't know whether they know this. When you go there, is an opportunity to make sure that you represent God there. You get the point? And when you represent God, that means that you go there with integrity, you go there with passion and willingness to make sure that these young destinies connected and who are supposed to benefit from your leadership to benefit as it's supposed to be.
So you are there.
You are there
by God, for God's mandate.
For God's the people. The people belongs to God. So if God elevate me and give me a platform to serve them, I must have back in my mind that I'm doing it for this.
To serve.
We say there's a principle called delegated authority under that principle. So it's God who, because He may not here physically, He have allowed me to be there to represent Him. And let me give a good example. And go and look for whether in a constituency or a county where the governor is doing so well, and maybe a member of parliament is doing so well, I will be surprised that people in that area, they will prosper and they will be more happier. Because one of the things that makes people at peace and healed is that they are able to see an opportunity to progress. Either in terms of finances, opportunities, growth. But when the young people do not see an opportunity or a possibility of them excelling and progressing in life, one thing that chipping in their heart is anxiety, fear. And when those things get into them, one of the end result is that these people start giving up slowly. They are dying, but they don't know they are dying. They are dying slowly by slowly. They no longer care about their ambition. Nasema tu life itajipa. Ile Mungu amesema itakam. It doesn't happen that way. So I think if the government is able to provide a very good environment for the young people to thrive, it is a very good catalyst to ensure that everyone, because personally I believe everybody has a responsibility to do to make sure that the world becomes better. You have a role to pray to make sure that a certain segment of the society becomes better. I have a role as a lawyer and as a reader to pray to make sure a certain segment of the society becomes better. If your side becomes better and my side becomes better, then we combine them, we end up having a very good society
and prosperous
society. You see, so what we're saying is our readers need to make sure that the policies they are bringing on board, the implementation they are doing, and the laws must be pro-people. Let them become catalysts to help people prosper and see a better future for themselves.
Wow. That the government need to do much more.
It have a responsibility, because there's some nations you go, you find a 21 years old person already have a house, he is driving. That person cannot have mental issues. They're able to see the progression of their lives. But when you come to majority of African nations, most of the dreams are crippled. You get the point? Because of bad governance and bad leadership.
So you're saying, I ask you, Mr. Maina, so are the policies right now in place favoring the young person in this country?
Majority of them are not, because if you look, because the statistics, they are showing us, as we speak today, we have 6 to 7 million young people unemployed. This unemployed young people, I'm not talking about dropouts. I'm talking about graduates from colleges and universities. These are people who have spent help, government money to go through these institutions. The government have invested a lot in them, but in return, they are not able to become economically viable. For them to grow, for them to participate, to do their contribution to make sure that the government grows and also that their lives grows. Because remember, when I get employed, two things are happening at the same time. I'm earning and I'm paying taxes, so the government is growing. My life is also growing. You get the point? So when these people, because they are not dead, they are still consuming, but they are not earning anything and they are not paying any contribution to the growth of the nation. So you find that the end result is that the government itself
is losing.
The progress is slowed down. The prosperity of the nation is not secured. Yes. So if these policies were right, this number would be very, very low. You would be celebrating that maybe have 200,000 people who are not employed, but millions. It tells you that the policies at the press, in place today, they are not conducive, they are not favorable to the young people.
Wow. Now, before we take a short break, I want us to discuss briefly on where now the young people are headed to. Now, one, if the policies are not favoring for them, if there are 6 to 7 million young people who are not employed, they become frustrated. They become, they're into despair. You know, they give up on themselves. And now they end up now doing some things that are harmful. What are these things that now these young people see themselves now indulging themselves because of the situation that is it is prevailing in their lives?
Tukisoma biology kuna kitu tulikuwa tunasema ni survival for the fittest. You get the point? The ripple effect is those people who come from rich families or other families will continue to get jobs because their father can be able to pay bribes. But this person who comes from a poor background, they may be a disadvantage. What will happen and what the ripple effect is, you find the level of prostitution goes very high. Two, crime rate becomes very, very, what do you say? Rampant.
And right now crime is not ile ya kuchukua mtu kupiga msenge hata. Right now unaingia kwa mtandao na wanakumaliza.
Exactly. Two, evil practices zinakuwa very prone. The issues of mental health zinakuwa analyzed. You get the point? And the final one, the family breakup bado zinakuwa mengi sana because the burden to manage a family, maybe to a husband, is not easy. When you have a family, maybe you have a wife, 2 children, but you cannot be able to provide, eventually it is either you leave them and they run away or they run away. Whoever will feel the burden is too much faster. You get the point? And also get I think I've mentioned the crime rate. So I think these are the indicators that will be able to tell you that the nation is not going in the right direction, and the young people that are supposed to be the future of the nation are wasting somewhere. And if the issues are not addressed as soon as they should be, if these young people come together and say, you know what, we think we are being oppressed somewhere. That's why you see uprising, revolt, and maybe government overthrow. I think we saw a case of Egypt. We saw a case in Sri Lanka, Juzi, and we also saw a case in Burkina Faso when they banned parliament. Sri Lanka, they forced the press to step down. Egypt, the same. Anarchy. So I think is a serious issue that need to be taken with a lot of seriousness and handled rightly.
Joshua, hold on that thought, because I want us to take a short break, and when we come back, we shall go deeper into these issues. Because one thing I'm also noting is this, that young people are indulging in very, 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 very dubious businesses. You know, because now since there are no opportunities, and these people have gone to the university, there are no jobs, no one is able to have a shortcut on how to get money. And now the consequences that lies ahead. Though this person today may be very, maybe make a lot of money, they're driving a very big car, and they're only 20s. They're driving a very big car. They're living in a very posh house, but they don't understand the repercussion that this one will bring, not only to them, but also to generations that are after them.
Exactly.
We want to take a short break and then come back and then discuss more. So our viewers want to take a very short break, and when we come back, we shall be looking at what are these make money, get rich quickly things that young people are indulging themselves into. I want to remind you this, that you need to subscribe to this channel so that you are able to get much more. Now, as we come back, we shall be discussing on issues or the businesses, the dubious businesses that young people are indulging themselves in because of lack of opportunities. And what they don't understand is that the consequences that comes with it. Though today a young person in his 20s, in her 20s, may make a lot of money, they may swim in money, drive the latest model of a car, live in a very posh house or estate. However, there are price to pay at the end of it. And this is what we want to discuss with our guest today, Mr. Maina, who is a lawyer and also a youth leader, to help us to articulate these issues and to understand, without using those dubious means to make money, what are these genuine things that young people can do for them to be able to make a living, and a decent living for that matter. So don't touch that dial. Want to take to sip a glass of water, do the same on their end, and when we come back, we shall come back with much more. See you shortly. Hello, my name is Paul Wangali, a counseling psychologist, a passionate mentor, a corporate trainer, and another. Do you know what? I have written 4 books. My first book is Time Management for Winning Grades. My second book is Sex and Teenagers. My third book is Becoming a Man. And my latest book is Why You Marry Wrong. You can get a copy of this book by calling this number 0715-629877, and we shall be able to send to you a parcel across the country. Or you can visit Nuria Online Bookstore at Nairobi, Bazaar Building, 11th floor, room number 115. Knowledge is power. Ensure you get a copy of this book. Welcome back to the second and the last segment of this episode, where we are talking about the issues affecting the youth and what they can do or we can do as young people to become better, to become more in our community and in our country. And also, how can we make our lives much better? Today, with me, I have one and the only best of the best, and is the leader, a lawyer by profession, a young person who has the heart for the young people, who is a kiongos. And I love this man, Mr. Maina, because he says it there is supposed to be. And he points out where we are going wrong as young people. He's able to point out, but not only criticize, but also give us solution. And that's why today we are continuing. I'm having him here today. And also, we are continuing with our discussion. And we're looking at, Mr. Maina, the issues that are affecting the young people. And we have raised a number of them. However, one thing you have mentioned is that there are very few opportunities, that the system has created for the young people. Now, since this person has a lot of potential, they are ambitious, they have dreams, but now amerealize kuwa the system does not allow him or her to grow. Sasa anajiingiza kwa vitu zingine ambazo zinamtengenezea pesa very quick. Now, every young person today, was very young, msako in his 20s, anaendesha hama, anaishi Kilimani, anaishi nyumba kubwa. What are these businesses these young people are indulging in? And are they genuine businesses? If they are not, what are the consequences? Do they understand that this thing will not only affect me, but it will eat up my family, it will eat up my children, it will eat up my extended family, and more so, even though it becomes even worse, they may not even live to enjoy that wealth in later days, because some of them will die very young because of the kind of business that they are indulging in. Hizi ni vitu gani ambazo vijana baadhi siku hizi wana make pesa, lakini unashangaa hii pesa kweli, is it genuine?
One unique thing about humans,
yes,
is that the energy and the power that we might use to do the good thing is the same energy one can use to do evil. You get the point?
Yes.
And we have a very good classical example in the Bible of a man called Paul.
Yes.
Before he was converted to become Paul, he was very, very, very ruthless to the church.
Yes.
when he was transformed and came back to the faith and he became an apostle, the same energy he used to fight the church is the same energy and vigor he used to
grow
serve the church. You get the point? It's a classical example to show you that when a good person with the good intentions, with a purpose, with ambitions, when that person becomes frustrated and choose to take a different path into maybe immorality, dubious business, the same energy, because the energy and ambitions is residence in him or her, the same energy that person will carry to the world that he chooses to go. So when you see professional prostitution, when you see professional theft, when you see professional manipulation, it tells you that person is a good person, but in the long, who have chosen the wrong path of life. Now that person, if that person comes to the other side, he will become effective and a blessing to the society using the same energy that he has or he has. Because there are so many dubious businesses that are being carried out currently in a society. One of them, we have the issue of LGBTQ, and I think now I think majority of our society are conversant with that debate. And you look at it and you see what the young people are doing to get money and wealth, and you wonder to yourself, do they know the consequences? Do they know the medical effects or the health effect that will follow after they enjoy this for a just very short time? You get the point? And you come to realize they are not even aware of the danger that they are exposing themselves into.
So mse anaingia kwa sababu ya ile do iko pale.
Unaingia kwa ile pesa iko pale, unaanza kupiga usherati, unaanza kupiga wizi, unaanza kupiga hii tunaita LGBTQ gay na lesbianism, but huna ufahamu ya kwamba ile madhara iko pale mbele yako itakudhuru wewe na idhuru jamii yako ambao they are very innocent, they know nothing about what we are doing. You get the point? Because I normally say this, when a person indulge in crime and you get arrested, right? Baba yako anaweza kuwa hajui wewe ni mwizi, lakini umeshikwa umpelekwa jela. Do you know the decision that you took and you thought that it was personal become now corporate? It carries the family, it carries the society. You get the point? So I think the young people must be told the truth that when you are engaging, wakati unaingia kwa mambo ya uhalifu, mambo ya mambo ya uovu, usherati na all those things, usifikiri ni maisha yako tu kipekee, itaadhiri wazazi wako na itaadhiri the society in general. So what I would want to say, because nimesikia cases na ni vizuri tuambie wasichana wetu, ni kuna cases zinaendelea sasa hivi, unapata msichana anatongozwa na kijana, lakini ukijana anafanya biashara, maybe nimesikia wanauza kidneys na fallopian tubes.
Goja. The ovaries. So huyu jamaa anakuja anaingiza udem box.
Atakuja aingize dem box,
amuonyeshe
anampenda, najua kuna pesa na msichana maybe ametoka familia maskini na ameona hii kama ni opportunity.
Hata sio maskini siku hizi, people are greedy, they want more, they want a fancy life, they want all
shortcuts. Sema
shortcuts.
Anataka shortcut ya life. Unapata mtu atakuja atongoze aigie box, lakini na kitu ajui ni kwamba huyu mtu sikumpenda anampenda, anataka kumtumia kufanya biashara na yeye. Juu wanawachukua, anamtongoza, wanaingia box, wanapendana, lakini akimpeleka hospitali, huyu msichana hana ufahamu ya kwamba ile hospitali ambayo anapelekwa hizi biashara mbovu zinafanywa na huyu kijana. Hata daktari mwenye ako pale mwenye hii biashara ako ndani ya mix.
So jamaa anachukua dem kumpeleka VCT wakapimwe. Kwa sasa wamependana na sasa they are free to one another. They can indulge. So then akienda kupimwa,
hajui ile hospitali anapelekwa, huyu kijana mwenye anamdanganya na mpenda,
wako in collaboration,
wako na plan ya ku make sure watamtoa figo, the kidney
and the
ovaries na ziuzwe. So yeye hajui hivyo, lakini juu ile tamaa ya pesa na anaonyeshwa pesa, anafuata pesa. So eventually anaenda anajipata amepoteza uhai wake. na maybe hata familia yake inakosa haitaimuona tena kwa milele na milele. Unaona? Na huyo kijana alikuwa na yeye ameenda amechukua figo na ovaries ameuza, amekuwa nasikia zinauzwa sijui milioni kadhaa. 4-5 milioni hapo. So unapata, so unaona wewe ukiangalia kunyona kijana ako na biashara kubwa, kijana ni mdogo, ako na gari, anaishi Kilimani, anaishi wapi, ako na pesa mingi na uelewi hii pesa natoa wapi. So ni vizuri kama society na kama especially our generation pesa ni mzuri.
Yes.
Lakini tamaa ya pesa isikuongoze kufanya maovu na isikuongoze kupoteza maisha yako na kujiingiza kwa sababu ukiingilia kwa hizi usharati ukahamba, kuna magonjwa mengi sana ziko pale.
Yes.
Na when the effect zitaanza kukuonyesha kwa maisha yako ndio utaanza kujiraumu, mbona nikafanya hivi, mbona sikupata mtu wa kuniambia, lakini sasa tunakuambia.
Yes.
So be aware as a young person, as a young lady, be aware as a young man, because si ati tu ni wasichana hadi vijana. Unasikia msichana amedanganywa, amekuwa sodomized, ameingizwa kwa gay, even those things. So I think the society is dangerous. We are living in a very wicked world. But you have to be very aware of what you are doing.
Because in fact, I also had another incident. Well, and that is very serious. Our girls need to be very careful. Very careful. Don't accept any man who comes to you and promises you heaven. You know, they want to give you a car. They want to relocate you to a bigger house. Buy you all the furnitures, new furnitures. They want to take you to the poshest restaurants. And you think now umeangukia bila kujua wewe ndio umeangukiwa. So girls are losing their lives because of that tamaa, to have it all and to live the life, only to realize that later you're going to lose your own life. It is not worth it. I also had another story. That this young man ameenda kwa besti yake. And then kufika pale akapata besti yake anaishi maisha huko hizo estates za Nairobi kali. Either Lavington ama huko Kileleshwa mawapi, Kilimani. So jamaa amefika pale, jamaa wameketi pale na huyo jamaa hawajanana for a very long time. They came from the same village when they were young. But now sisi wamekuwa kubwa, they lost touch. But now wamepatana later. Like huyu jamaa kuona huyu jamaa mwenzake, huyu besti yake the childhood friend akastuka kuona jamaa akona pesa, jamaa akona magari, jamaa akona nyumba, you know, everything that you can ever admire. So this guy was so surprised. So akainvitiwa kwa huyu jamaa. Kuingia pale kwa nyumba yake akamwambia baadaye na nikujaribu tu. Akasema kwa nini biashara gani unafanyanga? Akasema nikogalia, you know, that's what they say. They kujaribu tu ati ni God, you know. Then jamaa intentionally akavuruta bag chini ya kiti, chini ya meza. Then akafungua. Imejaa pesa hivi. So this young man was like, what do you mean? The guy nilikuwa nasikia alikuwa tipsy kidogo. Hadi ile pombe ikaisha. Because alistuka hajiona pesa kama ile. And this is a young person, they came from the same village. He knows the parents. He knows this guy alikuwa class moja in ile primary. Jamaa atako anashikanisha kitu, you know. So the boy didn't even progress to a good high school, but this guy went to a good high school, but because of those lack of opportunities, so jamaa akakuwa amesoma lakini hana chochote. Lakini jamaa hajasoma, ako na mali, ako na kila kitu. So jamaa, so what kind of life, what do you do? Kabia kujaribu tunajaribu. In fact, I want to take a flight. I want to get out of the country for a business, but I'll be coming back. Now, if you want me to show you the business I'm doing, naweza. All right? Na ukikubali biashara, upfront na kupatia 1 million. Naweka kwa account yako, all right? Na every time you bring on board someone, I'll be paying you 30,000. So this young man akauliza, what business is this? As in serious, one naambiwa pesa ndio hii. Nataka milioni sijui. Jamaa alikuwa afikia hiyo pesa ni fake. Akaambia usiuguze usikie. Texture it's original money, Kenyan shillings, money, thou. Wow. Jamaa akaguza akaambia ukikubali na kupatia hii 1 million. 1 meter. Na every month, every time you bring someone, I will give you 30,000. So the guy wanted to know which kind of a business is this, and what he was told is very simple. You know, you just need to join our community. This guy was a gay. This jamaa was a gay. Mwenye pesa. Right? So even the meeting he was going abroad, ilikuwa hiyo meeting ya hao watu. the community, the sponsors, you know, the donors. So alikuwa na meeting huko. Naona. So this guy alikuwa na pesa mingi sana just to recruit as many people as possible. So akamwambia jamaa ukikubali mita ndio hii na 30k na because nataka ufikirie maneno I sita ku pressure. In fact I will not pressure you. You take
go think and you come back.
Lakini ukienda chukua hii 30k. Akapoa 30k kamba buda wewe bishi yangu wewe kula fikiria wewe before I go I then come back to this country. So what they're saying that it's so true.
Wow.
That people don't understand what they're getting themselves into. And the moment you get into that community, what happens? You start not recruiting because ile tamaa ya pesa you want to recruit as many people as possible because every person you bring you get 30,000. So you want to recruit as many people as possible ili ukue kama jamaa kama huyo. Lakini at what expense? Understand? What is the end game of this? That's what we are not asking ourselves.
You lose your soul.
You lose yourself. You lose your soul. You know? And so young people, I know sometimes maze huwa tunaambiwa vitu tunaona kama tunapuuza, but this is so true that we need to think again. We need to think twice. It is better you be patient. You do a legit business right now, and you shall tell us there are very legit businesses that they can indulge into because I know you deal with young people and you empower them and you help them to see the opportunities ambazo ziko. You can share with us a few, but don't huyo tamaa. Ndio inafanya msee many of those people you see and you admire today who are millionaire in their 20s they are driving a very expensive car they are living that life they may not even get to their 40s. They will die very young. Ni venye hajakufa, hajafika miaka akufe, ndio ujue kuwa by the way huyu jamaa hakuwa anafanya kitu ambayo ni mzuri. Alright? So what are these opportunities then that these young people as they wait serikali tengeneze policies to help them to grow economically, wanaweza jingiza kwa biashara gani ambazo ni legit and people are making money through them?
I think one of the thing ningetaka kusema ni kwamba whether anytime that you find yourself in a very difficult situation in life, economically especially and financially, unafaa ku understand kitu moja and which is very important.
Yes.
Be very honest with yourself.
Honesty.
Be very honest with yourself. Umepoteza job, nimepoteza job. Nilikuwa nakaa one bedroom. How do I do? Right? Don't fish, don't nilikwambia from the beginning.
Yes.
If your life is driven by the validation from the community, you shall be their slave.
Exactly.
But when you are free from inside, unajua I don't care about what people say.
Yes, what they say.
As long as I'm doing the right thing for the sake of my life, I will do it. What you need to do, hasa yako imeisha, maybe job yako imeisha, umefutwa, ulikuwa nakaa one bedroom. Be proudly go enda utafute kwa one bedroom.
Kiburi ya wase kuna wengine kiburi.
Enda utafute ka single. Chukua vitu zako enda ukae pale. Si uko na skills. Ni job imeisha lakini bado uko na skills. Uko na karama bado you still have the papers.
Yes.
As you continue to look for another opportunity, for you to have the peace of mind na uweze kuendelea kuishi because it's just a phase of life before maybe you come back to your glorious life.
Yes.
What you normally, and I have done that many times in my life. You scale down everything, and now so that you're able to focus.
Wow.
Scale down everything. Kama ulikuwa unakula nyama kila siku, calm down. It's only watu wengi wanapatanga ni 3 months, 4 months. Kiana sana ania, then you come back to your life. So scale down your life. Watch a pressure because umepoteza job. Imagine. Wewe ni dem umetoka Murang'a unaishi Nairobi ama unaishi tuseme for unaishi Kasarani nyumba unalipa 8,000 ama 10,000 na hiyo ni bed sitter job imeisha so huna job you still want to eat each and every day maintain yourself lifestyle yako utafanya nini so if you don't scale down your life utajipata unaanza kupata wababas utaanza kwenda kwa club so utajipata life yako inaendelea kudhoofika and your future become endangered. So scale down and focus. Two, mtu anaangalia maisha yake naona sasa hivi venye economy iko ni vizuri kuwa na another side hustle. Umeajiriwa ni vizuri kuwa na side hustle. What do you do? Unaangalia ile lifestyle yenye unakaa unasema what can I do to save money? Me have done that. Nikaangalia nikafanya budget yangu ya mwezi I spend this amount of money in a month. I need around maybe 100 or 200,000 nianze biashara. How within a span of how long can I be to get this money? So unaona maybe ni an year. Unatoka an executive one bedroom unaenda single. Na hiyo pesa una focus your energy na pesa yako yote ku save.
You have a goal.
You have a goal.
Nataka
si bado nafanya job.
Yes.
Wacha marafiki wangu wanichekelea mwaka moja na mimi after next year nitakuwa na biashara yangu.
Exactly.
So kama nilikuwa na 50,000 si wao wataendelea kwa 50,000 lakini nitakuwa nimeweka biashara nyingine.
Exactly. Nakupatia hata kama 20 30
ama 30 so nitakuwa na 80,000. So who benefits?
It's you.
Ni mimi.
Life yako itaanza kuinuka.
Life yangu itaanza kuinuka so because nime create another source of income. So that's what you do as a wise person, especially when you are young, when you are 20s and 30s. Please be focused on that area because one of the areas that limits the majority of the young people is the financial and economic empowerment area. If people are able to get financial freedom by their 30s, their 20s and 20s no, by their 30s, it will be able for you to serve and become a blessing to yourself and the community. Do you know statistically walikuwa nasema if a person graduate and by the age 26 get employed, that person by the age 46 or early 40 you have enough experience to start. If kama sasa nilikuwa nafanya wakili nafanya wakili, niko na enough experience kwanza consultant firm. Kama wewe unafanya journalism, uko na enough experience ya kufungua your own studio. You have run everything. So it becomes easy because uko na experience na resources. So hata unaweza resign uende wenza yako uachie mtu mwingine nafasi ya kazi. But because our country now hiyo opportunity hatuna, the economy is not doing that good. So ni vizuri kuwa na diverse source of income. Two, I would encourage our young people, please focus on these two areas that I am going to mention. Very, very critical. And they have the best return if you do it well na Mungu akupe favor yake. One of them ni ICT and technology. Make sure that you are very conversant na ICT. That you can transact business online. Unaweza fanya video editing, unaweza chukua video, unaweza fanya content creation, you do it in YouTube na tuanza kulipa utapata pesa yako. Tumeona watu wengi sana wamefanya hiyo na they are living a very good life. It is paying as you wait to maybe kupata employment. The second area that is very very important ni farming, agribusiness.
So you're telling us to go back to the village. Kuna shamba kule iliachwa, it is bare pale, haina chochote kile.
Kama wazazi walikuja Nairobi na kuna shamba kule na haijalimwa, take that advantage. Enda chukua hiyo shamba, upande matunda. Don't do vegetables because they need a lot of concentration huko hapo. But enda upande miti ya matunda. Tunaitanga I'm forgetting this name. I was doing a research I think last night but one. Kanyodo leta kwa tani kidogo. I don't know. I'm forgetting the real name. This katunda tunakuanga
katunda kadamu.
Katunda kadamu. Exactly, katunda kadamu. Do you know if you only have 200 trees? Na hiyo matunda. The first season you are likely to harvest around 200 to 300,000.
Where? 200 trees.
Yes, 200 trees. Unapata profit ya kitu around 200 to 3,000 to 300,000 first the first harvest. Na hiyo mtu kipanda leo mazao yake ina increase as the trees grows.
Continues to mature, yes.
Continue to mature. Unapatanga hii mti before sasa ianze kureduce kutoa matunda it will take 2 years. So unaona those 2 years hata kama ni pesa unatafuta ya kufanya another investment, itakuwa imekupea enough capital. Una get the point? So let us take agriculture and value addition very seriously. Beehives is also paying very well because now watu wameanza kurealize manufactured sugar iko na lot of effect. So wanataka kwenda natural. So ni vizuri capitalize on ICT, agriculture. From my own experience, they are paying well, and it will tell you. Ebu study matajiri wote wako Kenya. Do you realize all of them do farming?
Yes.
Have you ever realized that?
Hata kama kuna kitu kingine,
hata kama kuna nini, they are doing farming.
Hata kama kuna biashara Nairobi, akona farming.
Yeah, they are doing farming. Even politicians, most of them they are farming. Do you have ever asked yourself why?
Do you know I was listening to Sudi?
Yes,
the MP, Sudi, and he was narrating how he started You know, he was given by his boss. I think he was a driver. So his boss gave him a piece of land, a number of acres. Na asema alichukua 20k aka-invest pale. And I'm telling you, within a short period of time, he was harvesting millions.
Exactly.
No, no. Exactly. So he was patient, he was focused, he knew what he wanted, and he put all his energies there. And today that man, he not only just being a politician, he's a big farmer, he's a big business person. Exactly. So it is possible.
Yeah. So invest in agriculture is very, very good, and also the digital world.
Yes.
Invest there. The only thing you need only two things. When you are going to those fields, one of the things you need to have enough knowledge.
Yes.
Concerning where you want to invest. Once you get enough knowledge, to make sure that you are creative. Because the world you're living today is very dynamic.
Yes.
What there is today, it may not be what is the same.
It becomes absolute tomorrow.
So become very creative. And the third and the most important of them, ask for God's favor. Favor makes the total difference in the world.
Yes.
Favor makes the total difference in the world. So ni vizuri unaomba Mungu, Mungu nimeanza hii biashara, please give me favor that I may prosper.
Yes. Na pia hiyo akiguza mambo ya ICT pia anaongea mambo ya forex trade.
Yeah, forex trade, exactly.
Pia hiyo if you can understand very well. You know, right now everyone is saying the forex.
Yes.
The people are driving Hammer and driving all these marine and sport cars. They are saying it is forex. So you need to understand. You need to understand in depth how does it deal with, how does it operate, how does it work. Hii mambo ya cryptocurrency, how does it work? All those are ICT. Those are technology driven businesses. If you can take time to study, you know, and go depth, then you are able to see, is it really genuine? Can you make money? And are you able to become prosperous? And also as you try other businesses that are legit. Now there's another group of people. And I want us to, or you to help us, you know, with some words of wisdom. Because you have touched on ICT, we have touched on the agriculture, but also kuna msee ako job. Lakini job anapata only 15k, ama 10k, ama even 20k. Whom msee anajiuliza, manze, with this amount of salary, how will I ever make it in life? You know, what are these advice can you give them? Kuna msee hapa hivi anachapa mjengo, anapewa 700, anapewa 1000. And then kuna inapatikana, kuna wakati mwingine inakosa. You know, kuna demo kwa pale ako kwa salon. Analipwa na commission. There are some good days, there are some bad days. You know, huyu msee ili pia yeye because akona vision na akona ambition ya kuomoka to become somebody in life. Where do they start? Do they give up? And because if they calculate on that amount they're making, even if they save forever, it may never amount to that. Some of them, because you know, it's not about, they say it's not about the amount of money you're making, but how you spend or how you use the money you're making. What is your advice to them?
I think life is in phases, and everybody or every one of us is in a different phase from the other. What I would like to say is be ambitious. Even at your lowest moment, at your lowest level in life, remain ambitious. What having ambitions will help you to do, it will help you not to focus on the pain and the struggle you're going through today. You may be there physically, but your mind is already somewhere else. And the good thing about how God created us and how the laws of life or nature work is that the mind have to go first, then the body follows. You get the point? So this person earning 15,000, he have to have a strategy. Say for instance, I'm working in an M-Pesa. I'm working in a as a cashier, or I'm working as a teller in a sacco, or in a hotel, in a supermarket, in a whatever. What you need to understand, you need to say, what is my financial goal? If you have a financial goal, maybe to save the end of the year by maybe save 50,000, start a business, start your own thing, or go back to class and get more knowledge, get more skills. When you have that in mind, it will help you to scale down and minimize wastage.
Live within your means.
You live within your means and minimize wastage. Because one of the biggest tragedy that we have in life is that we are never taught financial literacy.
Yes.
Do you know, if you ask majority of us, the moment you get your salary, what do you do first?
Unapiga sherehe ama unalipa madeni,
unalipa madeni.
Yes.
But do you know what you should do first when you get your salary? Is you're supposed to know what amount of saving am I supposed to save first. You withdraw your saving and put them to your saving account, then you budget for the remaining. You get the point? But if you don't have a financial goal,
yes,
that will not happen. So you'll find yourself wasting your money, so that and the effect is your circles of pain will never end.
Because zitaisha
before the month end, unakopa. So ile ingine kikuja inakuja bado kuna mashimo inaigojea.
Yes.
So you can never progress financially. So what you need to do is one, become ambitious. Two, know that in life, for you to gain more money, the easiest way to get prosperous in life is by adding value to yourself. We don't get prosperous or financial independence by chasing money. You become more valuable, so that you are paid more. Your value is paid more. Okay. You get the point? Because the system of the world works in a way that it rewards the value that you are bringing on the table. Okay. So make sure that you add value. I can tell you, I study a lot. I'm not an economist, but if you ask me anything to do with economics, I'll tell you. If you ask me about medicine, I'll tell you, because anytime I get an opportunity to study, whichever area I choose to study, I'll go deeper to make sure that I have something. So get value, and then the easiest way to get value, kama unafanya MJ, mimi nilifanya MJ nikiwa university. Nikifunga shule nilikuwa naenda MJ. My first laptop nilinunua pesa ya mjengo. Sio hizi shimo wanaitanga septic.
Yes.
Mimi nilichimba septic.
Wow.
Right? Na septic tulikuwa tunalipwa 4500 per foot. Tunao ni 4x5. Na ni shimo kubwa. So unapata ile pesa utapata pale, unakuja una save, ni I bought laptop. My father, nilikuwa mimi, I was in university. My sister was in Chuka. My brother was in Kerwara High School. So unaona, na mzazi mmoja, hiyo pesa yote inagojwa itoka kwa mzazi mmoja. In a month unapata mabango anatumia over 100,000 something to repay school fees. Unaona, sasa nikimbada na ujue ukiwa law school, sisi tulikuwa tunavaa suti.
Yes.
You have to be decent every time. So hiyo pesa ya suti nitatoa wapi? Nitaitisha mzazi. So I used nikienda long holiday, I'll make sure that nimepata job. Nimefanya MJE, nimefanya ile kitu nitaweza kusave, naenda nayo nikiwa shule. So now one of the things I used to make sure ni wakati niko holiday nakaa nyumbani, so that silipi rent,
na hakuna
matumizi mengi, so that I'm able to save. So you have to be not nyawe tegerere ukubali kujinyima kidogo for the sake of the future.
Yes.
Finally, ni vizuri kuwa women are very good in this one. Kama unaweza pata chama unaweza ingia, ama sako, mko wengi. The good thing about this, unaona wanawake wakifanya merry go round.
Na siku hizi hata wanaume wako wase wanduthi wako na
chama,
hizo chama wako na chama, even my boys wako na, some of them wako na hizo chama.
Yes, chama they are very important, because unapata mko watu mbao, mnatoa kila siku ama mnatoa per month 2,000. Unapata ukizitoa wewe utaona zikiwa mingi, but ikifika kupea utapata umepewa 400,000.
Yes.
So ukipia 400,000, you can buy a plot. Exactly. You can start a business.
Yes.
So I think you have to tumesema be ambitious, have financial goals. Two, make sure that you drastically reduce your expenditures.
Yes.
You get the point? And finally, make sure that kama unaweza pata chama, get there, they start saving, and you build capital.
These are real issues that Wakili is helping us, as a young people, to be able to internalize them, think about them, and see if we can implement them, how our life is able to change. The other thing, Wakili, as we wrap up, is that the lifestyle also matters. Your lifestyle, you can improve your life through your lifestyle. What do I mean? All right. So let's say you are making 20K. Right? And we are making 20K, both of us. All right? But mimi ile keja nakaa keja ya 8K. Wewe unakaa keja 5K. Mimi nikitoka job, niko na kadem, not sio kamoja, niko na tudem tuwili. So kuna huyu namtumia credit, kuna huyu nampeleka out, kuna yule nalipia nywele, na wewe pesa yako you don't have such. Understand? Then I have to buy things that even I don't need. You understand? When wewe pesa yako hauna nini? You are living on the minimum. What that means, by the end of the month, you shall have money or at your exposure, which you can do something, which you can save, but for me, nitakuwa sina. What are we saying, young person? You need to watch your lifestyle. All right? Your lifestyle can make you poorer, or it can make you financially stable and able to grow.
Can you flip the coin?
Yes.
When it comes to lifestyle, I normally take it from this angle.
Yes.
If you know the importance of personal branding as a lifestyle,
yes,
it will give you money where you don't even deserve money. You get it?
Yes.
I normally say you don't have to buy very expensive clothes. And I compare nunua shati ya mia ngapi? A very decent shirt.
Yes.
Get a tie. Kulingana na profession yako yenye unafanya. Get a good haircut. Brush your mouth. Yes. Smell nice. Yes. As a gent or as a lady. And make sure that you present yourself where you know that there could be opportunities
for you,
for either business or relationships. Because one thing what most people don't know, money, according to the currency that rule the world, money is the least. Money is the last one. But relationships become number one. Because you see, there's something they say, your network
is your network.
Is your network. What that in essence means is that there are many people who are overqualified than me, but they don't know who can hold their hand
to take
and
them
get them
is.
to where their silver and gold lies. Get the point?
Yes.
But somebody else maybe have very little qualification but have the good network. Unapata huyo mtu atakuja, you may find him working in the office of the president.
Yes.
But you with all the qualification, you are still working outside here. So it's very good also. Personal branding helps you to make sure that the way you talk, you have personal etiquette.
Yes.
You have phone etiquette. You know how to handle people. You know that your relationship makes a lot of sense and it determines how far you go. If you take your personal branding that way, what it means, you invest in the most essential things. Clothing, your outlook, and your knowledge.
Yes.
You feed your mind with the right materials. And finally, as we wide up on this thing, know the geographical scope of your calling. If you know that you are called to be a lawyer, take your time, study that field as much as you
go deep in that one thing.
Go deep than any other person in that field. If you're called into journalism, go deeper than any other person. What knowledge does, and most people do not know, it separates boys from men. You get? Can I tell you?
Yes.
I have many interactions with members of parliament, governors, lots of things. Those people, the moment you stand to speak, they're able to tell who have the content and who doesn't. They know who can bring solution on the table, who we can just use to go and organize goons in Kameno or somewhere. They know.
To make noise.
So the way you brand yourself also determines the class and where you'll be praised in society. Yes.
Wow. It can never get better than this. It can get better. It can never, ever. And that means, young people, that knowledge, it is expensive. Where there is no value, and you're wasting a lot of your time there, then at the end of the day, you are going to pay dearly. All right. So can you take and that's why I encourage every young person to read books. You know, I know as we finish, I want us to talk about the boy child. And the challenges he's going through. Because this book I wrote with my friend Kagondo Jr., it's titled Becoming a Man. And we're looking at the challenges that boy child faces and the experiences that he's going through and what is pulling him down and what can uplift him. So investing in books is what you're saying will separate
boys from men.
Yes. That's it. We cannot add anything there. Hii imetosha. But now tukimalizia Mr. Maina. The issue of boy child.
Yes.
Ako wapi? Where is the boy child? Because I know you do a lot of programs, you know, for the men and for the boy child, try to uplift them, you know, because you are a young man who has stood up, who has stood out, you know. You have beat all odds to be able to be a wakili, to be a role model, to be a youth leader. Where does the boy child stand?
I think one thing we need to appreciate is that I think 5 years down the line, Yes, 5 years ago, people didn't realize that there was a problem with boy child.
Yes.
But I think a good campaign was done, and now people became aware that there was a real problem concerning the boy child, and some intervention have been made to make sure that we rescue the boy child. I've seen many programs with intention to heal, with the intention to inform, with the intention to make sure that the boy child becomes aware of the future or what awaits him in the future.
Like what Madam Dorcas, Her Excellency Madam Dorcas, the second lady of this country, and she's doing an amazing work. And we want to salute you, ma'am, for the amazing work that you're doing for the boy child.
Yes, exactly. She's doing. In fact, when the president said that those officers will be banned, I felt bad because I know her office, the budget that she was given, it was not even enough for the program she was doing.
For the boy child,
Pastor Dorcas, Your Excellency, you are doing a good job, and continue. We pray that it will succeed, because what happens when God created the world, He gave it to man. The world is in the hand of men. So when men fail, the society as a result fails. You get the point? And so far so good. You have you included, and we salute you and your brother Kagondu for the good job you are doing. And you became the boy child champion, and you won a reward.
Yes. By all humility, we were the main advocate of the year award 2023 for this book, Becoming a Man, and the programs we have been doing to empower, educate, and uplift the life of a boy child.
Exactly. That is a commendable job.
Yes, thank you.
And continue. God give you the grace to continue and go to heights.
Amen.
What I'm trying to say is, so far so good. We are not so badly off. We are getting back on track. But a lot needs to be done. Because remember, the burdens of the society rest on the shoulders of men. Be it the church, be it in the financial industry, be it in politics and governance, be it in the marketplace, be it in leadership, they rest on the shoulders of men. When men fails, society gradually or silently start getting down. But by the time we are coming to realize, we have so many single women, we have so many fatherless children, abandoned, and the result is that we have a generation that comes that they are not aware or have never seen the responsibility they're supposed to carry as men. So they don't have a role model. They don't have the footsteps to step on to becoming men. And that's why I recommend everyone to buy this copy, and it will help you to prepare as a man, and also be able to prepare the generation to come. So I think it's so far so good, and I can't complain much, but there's still a lot of programs that need to be done concerning men at all stages of life. We need to be very strategic. We start from those in primary school, we go to those secondary schools, we go to those in campus, we go to those that are preparing to get married, and those that are married. Finally, we also need those who are almost retiring, because remember, most of men who past 60 years, I don't know how it naturally happens, that children find themselves, they accord their mother all the benefit, all the privilege, then they abandon the father. You get the point?
Yet the father is the one who
paid the biggest contributions to bring them up, and to pay their school fees, to make sure that maybe your father was not present each and every day, maybe the way you used, but remember he was somewhere working for you to get the life and educate you the way you are today. So I think men also need to be told that the moment you hit 40, now start preparing for retirement. Start saving at least some good amount, or do an investment that can carry you along maybe for the next 30-50 years. I'll give you an example of a friend of mine. He is in Georgia. And I like what he did. So he invested in real estate. He built two flats. And one of them, he gave the wife and told the wife, you know what, the amount of money you raise from this flat per month is around 180,000. I want you to be correcting the rent. Never ask me for any coin.
So this is your money.
This is your money
for your upkeep, for your house,
for our house, for food, for your hair, for dressing of the children, for education. All that money will come from here.
And I will never take a coin from there.
I will never take a coin. Even the tenant there know that
it is the lady who collects.
Even they think it is her plot. But remember, there is a man. Now this man went and silently built another flat,
Yes.
bigger than the one, and with more capacity than
the
first one. But the wife is not aware of the same. But we men know because we talk.
Yes.
And that the money from that plot,
Yes.
85% of that, he channels it to savings. You get the point?
Yes.
The remaining is to follow his car and have maybe a
fun
life
as a
comfortable
man,
with friends.
yes,
As a man, at least
lazima ukuwe na mfuko.
akitembea kwa barabara kuna 10,000 anaweza kula kanyama. You get the point?
Yes.
But the wife is not aware. What that tells you is this man, he is at, I think he is 46 now. He have already prepared for the future.
For his retirement.
So early, such that by the time he get to his 50s, 60s,
yes,
he'll have enough money,
yes,
even if that he is abandoned by the children.
Yes.
He'll not be stressed up.
Exactly.
Because that's one of the biggest problems men have in society. You invest your all
to these children
in bringing up the children and taking care of the family.
You forget about yourself.
You forget about yourself.
Wow.
At the end of the life, then the children forget you and abandon you with their mother, and you are left alone. And you start regretting and cursing your children.
Exactly.
You get the point. And I think it's also good that we tell our generation, do not abandon your parents. They sacrifice their lives, especially men.
Your father.
Yes, men sacrifice their life for the sake of your children and the family. So when God helps you and bless you, do not abandon them. Give them the best life you can, because they also give you the best they could.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow. This is powerful. This is just amazing. That boy child, yes, you have an opportunity. But as you also grow, think about yourself. Think about building your capacity. Think about the future.
Yes.
You know, despite the challenges that you're going through right now, you can still become, all right? And finally, don't indulge in drugs and substance abuse and things that will make you will cut your life short, right? So, because many men are dying. Many men are dying very young, right? So why are they dying? Because they have given up on themselves. They have indulged in things that they were not supposed to indulge in. And then what happens? They end up dying, all right? So you have an opportunity. You have a future ahead of you, and therefore take it, be keen on it, take care of yourself, take care of it, take care of your visions, and I know. And when you take care of your mental health, remember every man will go through challenges, but also those challenges, they need to make you better. Instead of crushing you, they need to make you better, right? So we don't want to see men committing suicide. We don't want to see men addicted to substance, drugs and substance abuse. We want men who are sober, men who are mentally well and strong, for them to be able to take up their position as men in this society. And that's why this book is very important. If you can get a copy of this book, it will be able to help you to understand your place as a man in the society. With the numbers on your screen, you're able to order a copy, or you can go to Nairobi at Nuria Bookstore, here at the Bazaar Building, first floor, room number 2. You are able to get this book there at Nuria, and they're able to get your copy for you to be able to become a better man. Finally, Mr. Maina, what does the future looks for you? Now I know you're in politics, in governance, and that's your area.
Yes.
That's your passion. You know, where is the future for you? And also, if anyone want to get to you, how can they get in touch with you?
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much. And first of all, to appreciate for that opportunity to share with our generation. We have a responsibility to mentor them. We have a responsibility to make sure that we shape and mold their future. And where we are today, we have to make sure that we leave it a better place than we found it, so that those who come after us will find an easier time than we found it. By God's grace, and I know that He have called me to serve in politics and governance, and I'm sure He'll give me the strength, and you'll find me in politics, maybe as a member of parliament, probably,
yes,
as a governor, as a cabinet secretary. I've always admired, I've always told God that before I exit the world of politics and governance, I want to be an ambassador.
Wow.
For either Belgium, Canada, those I know God will fulfill our dreams.
Yes.
And I want to tell every man wherever he is, our passion is one. My personal passion is to make sure that I do the best I could. I leave the best legacy for my generation, for my nation Kenya,
yes, and
also Africa. Because I think we have a problem when it comes to leadership and governance in Africa.
Yes.
And that's I have an intention to make sure that before I exit from the earth, I'll fix it.
Wow.
And finally, I want to say that if you want to reach me, you can call me via 0717 063 480 0717 063-480. Our offices are located in at a place called Toll. Ukifika pale Rubis. Ukifika hapo unipigie, niko tu hapo.
Yeah, social media handles perhaps.
Social media you can check Maina Kamunya, TikTok Maina Kamunya, Facebook utanipata huko. So thank you very much. Have a blessed day. And as I said, failure is inevitable, but giving up is unforgivable. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, my brother.
And
thank you for coming. So that's why we get to the end of our session. Thank you very much for watching. We are here. We are because of you. We are here because of you. And therefore, remember to subscribe, like, and share. And much more content we shall continue to create to ensure that we leave you empowered and uplifted. My name is Paul Wangari. Until next time, God bless you.